everybody. Episode 11 of the Bricks and Banter podcast, and we've got another international special guest on our hands. So
Superstar.
Absolute superstar. So welcome back, everyone, for the viewing. How are we, boys?
Fantastic, yeah.
Who's our guest?
Well, do you want to introduce him? Great mate.
The one, the only James McFadden. Oh, you want it?
No, I'm joking.
Nah, you go for it.
I'm joking. I'm
Get
joking.
into it.
No, you go.
You're the biggest fanboy here.
No,
so
you are.
Why not?
You're-
I am. Funny story, actually. So I met James, a bit over 12 months ago, and the greatest referral writer, lead man of real estate, Michael McDonald, who just missed us. He'll come back for a little special guest. Anyway, he gave me the referral on the James, and I had no idea where I was turning up, and I opened the front door, or he opened the front door, and I've gone, oh shit, it's that James. And I've acted absolutely cool and just pretended I didn't know who he was the whole time.
How'd you cover up your stiffy?
Yeah. It was,
He knocked the flowers off the band on the way through.
There's not much to cover up, mate. But yeah, so that was our first encounter. So
Yeah.
I've never said that. So
It was a
but
nice
yeah,
encounter.
So, yeah. Well, did the job. So, but yeah, so there you go. So, what are we going to actually start with? That was the little fake opening, but we haven't done a. We usually open up with something stupid, and we haven't done it for a few weeks. So we're going to start off today with our best sprint car impersonation.
All right.
Righto. No, we'll start with Dom first.
You said you wanted someone to hold your mic.
Yeah, you
All
go
right.
first.
Go for it.
Look, it's probably going to be piss week, everyone. And this is, I guess, the start when you're doing your bit of a lap at the start, then you go to take off, I suppose.
Right,
That's
fire
the
away.
effect I'm going for.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounded like me after a big night on
On the Mexican food.
India dinner. What?
That's all right.
Right, hey, what do you got?
Right, you ready? Is anybody a Max Dumsney fan?
I like it.
I was going to say, I tried to fake you with the full body.
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
good.
put it in, but-
Loved it.
Yeah. All right. Do
Righto.
you need me to hold your mic because you're going to go hard here?
Yeah.
Get this on video.
Oh, it didn't go as well as It didn't go. I did it in the car the whole time. And I
was
thought I had
piss-weak.
it right.
That
and
was
then
pathetic.
It just,
They're not V6s.
Nah, I was spinning the wheels.
I thought you sounded like you're in a drift car.
Yeah,
it would have been interesting to
Tokyo Drift.
to see you on the way out here doing that all the way down Hopkins Point Road. But
I reckon my facial expression will be the. But I was trying to get the Premier Speedway, like just jumping the
The ruts.
ruts.
Yeah.
So
There's a
that
few
was
of
me.
them.
That was what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
What about yourself? Have you got one, or you're not into it?
Yeah, what about a bit of Gavin White? Bit of saddle up, Warrnambool, because here we go.
Yeah, I love it. And it never gets old either.
I love
Like, you get really
I never hear it. It sounds good on the replay.
Yeah, you get really nostalgic. Like it just takes you back to being a kid.
it does, yeah.
It's,
And I used to love getting a hot jam donut out there. I used to smack them in. Like,
Yeah,
it
me
was
too.
good.
Yeah, I had about when I was at Collegians, we had to do the canteen out there, and I reckon I had about 12 of them. They were like, "Oh, we got no donuts left," and I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, I don't know why." Just eating them straight off the line. It was brilliant.
you wait till you get down to Simpson, mate. It's
Yeah.
good feed down
Can't
there.
wait. When are we going?
Is it the
7th?
Luke hogs it to himself. Oh, yeah, I'm going to the Speedway. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Cocksucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
Nah.
I
all
reckon
going, all
I
going.
have invited you many a time.
you haven't invited me once.
Yeah, it's because you're a newbie. You just turned
Oh,
up. So
what? No,
you weren't
I'm
here
not.
last year. So.
Oh, fuck.
But cheers, J Mac. Thanks for having us, mate. And thanks for jumping on at
anytime.
short notice. We do appreciate it. So,
No worries.
but
Got nothing else to do today.
We've had to buy a new wing for him to get him on here. So
well, that's all right. You get the sticker on the side.
But
Shut
tell you
the
what,
fuck
here it is behind us. Not a scratch on it after the weekend.
And
Beautiful
well
and
done
dust,
too,
yeah.
because there was a few bingles we hear out there.
Yeah, no, she's still all in one piece, which is lucky. Obviously, it was
Yeah.
a pretty wild night at the old skids, so
It's
pretty happy I
It's
still
not
got a
luck.
roof.
It's experience and skill and craftsmanship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we can
All
call
the
it
above.
that.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
wheelman.
But yeah, so obviously we're pointing at that. How is it, mate? How is it riding in this one?
Yeah, really good. Obviously, completely different package than what I normally run.
Package.
This is where holding. So the package is good. It's I'm happy with the first night out. It was a bit of a test and tune for us, and we definitely needed us. Started off slow and got rolling in the end. So
and finished second. Everyone who wasn't out there. So
What's
just
the
a
difference?
lazy runner up.
What's the difference between the current setup and the old one?
A lot.
Different colour.
Yeah, different colours. This is a Triple X chassis, which is it's actually Chinese built.
Yep.
And I used to run a Maxim, which is American built. I was been in a Maxim for as long as I can remember. So to change was a bit of a nerve-wracking thing. You got no notebook, no sort of baseline setup of where you're going to be, and then with America and Australia, the rules are different with our tyres and wings. So that's sort of boring stuff that not a lot of people.
I find that interesting.
It's a lot different for a driver feel wise. It's crazy how much different it is. We've got so much more grip in our cars than we do over in America.
What prompted the change?
A lot of it was it was a short notice thing, getting it together, and then shipping from America. Containers are impossible to get at the moment, or knowing how long it's going to take to get a container. And Maxima, behind in cars in America because they have problems getting tubing for their cars. So it's just a whole timing thing, and these were sitting here, so we thought, why not give it a crack?
Yeah, good.
It is amazing. It blew my mind this week when you start to think about we run into one of the greatest blokes of all time, Ryan O'Keefe.
Rock for most.
The Rock man. And he's pretty heavily involved in this car. And we got talking about it. And obviously this week was the first time it's been round. And it blew my mind that you have literally not done anything in that until you get to the track for the first time. So it's not as if you do just practice circuits and you get used to it. It's roll it out, hope it goes left, and away you go.
So heat one was your first time behind the wheel.
Well, hot laps, we got a green light checker, so 2 laps, and then you're straight into qualifying. So you just spray, everything's tight.
Well, we hear that.
And we heard that I've only been one little loose bolt.
Yeah, which is probably the most important bolt on the whole car. It's what makes it turn. So.
Makes it exciting.
Yeah, we just got to risk it for
Was that just holding the steering wheel on?
Yeah.
That's all right. Hey, it didn't come off. You can still turn, so it's all right. It's tighten it up now and into the next race. When is the next race?
28th in Mount Gambier, so it'd be good just to have a few weeks off. It's actually the first time I haven't raced Boxing Day for 15 years, I reckon.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Off
Be
to
able
see
to have a few beers at Christmas.
off to see the in-laws.
Yeah, down to so Zoe's mum and dad are from Mount Gambier, so we'll go down there Friday and see the cousins and the in-laws and everyone down.
Have you seen them since you've been back?
Yep.
Yep.
We did a couple nights down there. So
So we got to see Mav here earlier, who's now just about to turn 2 in February. We haven't spotted Zoe yet, but it's a cool little crew. And we're sort of talking about what an amazing first 2 years of life Mav has had. Being in the big relocatable home on wheels, eating out, and just being, seeing the sights of the world. And that's what we said. He's probably seen more in that last 12 months than we're probably ever going to see. So,
and for those that don't know, I just want to give us a bit of backstory. So Mav was born here, yes?
Yeah, born in Australia, COVID baby.
Yeah, it's all right. I've got one of them too.
Yeah. So obviously that whole time was crazy for everyone. But I left for America and then had to come back to see him. I didn't have to come back, but I wanted to see him get born, and then to get him over there during that time was tough. So they waited probably 3 months, after he was born until we got him there. So he's maybe 3 months old, and we've been living on the road in a motorhome. I think we did 20,000 miles in America this year in the motorhome.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not just a motorhome. He was telling us earlier that it drags along a Dodge.
Yeah. So what did you say? It was 45 foot long and it tows another 20 foot of Dodge or something like that?
Yeah. It's a Newmar bus. It's got 4 slide outs, so we got 2 bathrooms and a king bed and kitchen, and it's cool. It's I think the cool thing in America, it's actually affordable to buy something.
I remember you telling me about this when we were selling your house.
Try to buy something like that, in Australia, it'd be $1 million. And they are brand new over there, but this thing's 15 years old and it does a job really well. And
what does something like that over there sell for?
Look, you're probably anywhere from 100 to 300, depending on that age, sort of what you want after it. Like I wanted a certain body type and a certain engine and stuff because I knew how many miles.
Talking about the motorhome or?
Yeah. Yes.
Don't go too far left here.
Yeah. Anyway.
Love you, Zoe.
You always take it down the gutter.
Yeah.
I think it's just in the gutter. Isn't it?
It's hard to get out when you're born there. So.
No, good old bus. It's home for us. It's got 4 slide outs, so it's not as doom and gloom as what it sounds living in a motorhome and an outdoor kitchen and stuff. So it's good living. It's just doing 25,000 miles. So.
In the US, where you're doing most of your travel, is it localized or is it all over? Or
no, we're everywhere. So we base in Indianapolis area, and we do 2 trips to California. We go to Washington. We're up to Pennsylvania. We're in New York area. We're everywhere. Texas, Oklahoma, Florida.
What's your favorite part of the US?
Oh,
come on.
Just the racetracks, to be honest.
Yeah.
Zoe and I try to do a lot of the travel stuff in between. When we do get some time off, we go see Niagara Falls. Go to Chicago and places like that to make it a little bit of a holiday while we're doing it. Tick off some cool bucket list stuff and memories while we're doing it. But we're on the road so much that sometimes I just like a campground in the middle of nowhere with a little floating river. You just sit there and have a couple beers.
Chill.
And
switch off.
That's when I like America the most, I guess. Yeah.
So what's like some of your biggest trips? Like have you got obviously say around here you got Mount Gambier and then Warrnambool and then maybe Avalon. Like,
Simpson.
Simpson, obviously we'll talk about that. But like, they're all maximum 3 hours probably. Yep. What's some of your big, I can imagine there's a lot bigger ones in America.
Brisbane and Western Australia.
So we used to do that a lot.
No, but I'm guessing like at America, is it more like those trips?
So we did, this year we did, I think it was Pennsylvania we raced. I'm not exactly sure where. We did Pennsylvania and we had to be in Washington, which is California,
That's
the other side of the country, in 5 days. And I drove the whole way. I drove, it's brutal. So I think we were 3.5 days of just 10, 12-hour days driving.
Wow, in the massive motorhome.
Well, we had the big day Friday, and that was how long? 9 hours in the car. That was enough.
Yeah. But you do 85 miles an hour over there. It's great. You haul ass.
Yeah, right.
It's badass.
And it's the support that comes behind it too. Like until you sort of understand the industry, like there's people that just volunteer their time to literally drive a truck from here to Queensland and then spend 2 days there and then turn around and drive it back. Like it's such a, and that's what I found over the last few years. It's such a community, and there's plenty of people. And Rock said this the other day too. There's a heap of closet fans out there that you would, you think Speedway fans and you think they're really stereotyped, but there's a pretty broad audience of Speedway fans, and you've probably found that.
Yeah, I feel like, as we were just talking about before, everyone's been to the Speedway as a kid. So it brings up a memory every now and then. So when you do go back, you're like, oh, man, it's actually changed a lot. There's a lot of professional teams going up and down the road, professional drivers. Like, say my American team, it's $1 million a year budget. Yep. We've got 4 full-time employees. We've got team houses. We've got...
You get 900 of that?
Yeah. Cash in the back pocket.
And the exchange rate.
Yeah. I bring
Cars
it
are cheap.
It's only 1.4. But no, it's I think that's the thing. It's changed a lot. So when your closet fan does come back after being there as a kid, you're like, oh, it's pretty badass.
Yeah. And it's pretty amazing, like locally too, with that, the collaboration of like Cam Waters, for instance, and a few of those supercar drivers that are coming across, and even with with your new team with Jack Rewald and the guys involved, like it's just awareness. And there's nothing. And the beauty of the Speedway is that it doesn't, it's pretty quick. It's exciting, and that's probably something against F1 a little bit, is that it does get a bit boring.
Absolutely,
this is never boring. Like there's always something going on. And it's always exciting.
And it's there's not a lot of motorsports where it's a natural amphitheatre, so you can see everything going on.
Yeah,
you're not seeing a car go past and then 2 minutes later it comes back. You're just watching the action. So I think the product is unreal.
It is. Yeah,
it just there's you don't. you have to not mind getting slammed in the face with dirt every now and then.
Not if you're up in the Southwest conveyancing.
We're all not like you. Sorry.
I'm a pleb. I'm over in Mount Max, and that's where I am. I made this clay. I used to make clay balls when I was kids.
Yeah.
Like, used to try and see how big I could get them. But
Shout out
Collect the
to
tear off.
shout out to Johnny McKean. I reckon he'll get us up there after what's happened the last
after
week. or so.
Eli's result, well done, mate.
But just going back, like you're talking about kids and stuff coming. When you were a kid, like going there, did you have any favourite drivers, like when you were younger and stuff, like that you like kind of looked up to and maybe even raced against down the track?
Yeah, Brooke Tatnell for me was probably.
Yes, I've got a shirt with Brooke Tatnell signed on it.
Yeah, so to me, he was the only guy when I was young that actually helped me race when I was 16.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
give me driving tips and
Yep.
stuff like that, which I felt was pretty cool. The rest of them sort of were big macho men that tried to bully
right.
you around a little
Yeah.
bit. So
Gary Rush.
yeah, I didn't race against Gary.
I had two favourites.
He was angry,
I had a
wasn't he?
US favourite and an Australian favourite back in the day. So Randy Hannigan, I loved.
Really? So he
Back in the
drove.
day.
So see that car there?
Yeah.
That was Randy Hannigan's car owner in Australia.
Yeah, righto.
Originally, yeah.
Speaking of closet
Yeah.
fans,
And
this
Skip-
bloke has
I-
never
yeah.
spoken about
And I
it.
loved Skip Jackson back in the
Yeah,
day.
so-
Really?
Yeah.
I love
Caught
Skip.
up with Skip.
Yeah, right.
I love Skip
Knoxville.
Jackson mainly because of his name.
Yeah.
I was like,
But he,
Skip.
I reckon he used to. His car was yellow. I reckon from
Yeah,
memory.
the skilled engineering.
Yeah.
7.
This-
Yeah.
Pretty cool names
And
in-
Randy Hannigan's
Yeah.
was burgundy from memory, or
Yeah.
like a dark red
Yeah.
at one
Oz,
stage.
Yeah,
anyway.
Oz track. Yeah, that was Scott Milling and Alan Haynes from Kalgoorlie.
There you go. Cool.
So that was I drove for them for 6 years.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, we had the podcast last week and we had Jim. Where are you going? You going to the gutter? I'm not going to the gutter.
I'm laughing because there's way too much back and forth on this one.
Anyway, we asked him about superheroes and villains and that sort of thing. But have you got any sort of not arch enemies or really good, robust sort of tussles with anyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Rivalries,
Who
give us your best
love to
rivalry.
see in front of you?
Who do I like to see in front of me?
No, that you want to take over.
Yeah, you just go, you lick the lips and you
Well,
go, I got you. I've
there's-
got you in my head.
There's just guys that you know you're going to have to put up a bigger fight with.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
there's
definitely.
guys where you're like, all right, this guy's he's going to come back at me harder next lap. You know,
Yep.
your Kerry Madsons and your
Yep.
Robbie Farrs and guys, the older school guys
Yeah.
were
Yep.
brutal.
Angry.
You know, like there's a YouTube video of Kerry Madsen flipping out at me one night.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've seen it plenty of times.
So we were teammates this year in America.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. We've crashed each other
that
for the last 10 years. Like, we're-
Testosterone.
you know, and then we're good mates. Go out.
Yeah.
You know, Robbie Farr's the same. You know, we crash a lot on the track, and then we can go and have a beer
Yeah.
at the pub and sit
It's-
here.
yeah,
like
that's
this,
what-
and
yeah.
it's
No different
fine.
to footy or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, if and that's a a pretty good skill to have is that you're that on the track and then off the track.
Is
well,
it
you
the
go,
same in real estate?
Yeah.
What
I
about-
love all the real estate agents. Love them all.
Now you're lying.
In this room.
I do.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a bit different, Ollie.
Yeah, see, I don't love every driver.
See,
Absolutely.
I try to make them all feel a little uncomfortable by loving them so much. And they sort of get a bit confused.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Yeah.
Win them over with love, with kindness.
Lover, not a fighter like someone we had in the office earlier this week. We should get that on the security camera.
Just chuck that one in here,
Leave
Jill,
that alone.
during the
Yeah. Steer
podcast.
clear of that.
What else we got for you? What have you got for us? Nothing. We asked that
Well,
question
no,
of Jim
no,
too.
normally,
When you get in the back.
normally it's what have you got for me because I'm interested in a house. So
Yeah, wow. Yeah, and James is one of these
No, we're
boys
working
that
out
we-
a deal off market.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, you're flippant, aren't you? You're one of these boys that
You
I
gotta
don't
look
spend
after
much
yourself.
time on
absolutely.
because they tell you one thing and then they end up buying something else. Like I'm really
Well,
confused
I'm
about
a
what
bit
you
of
want.
I'm a scatterbrain because I've hit my head a lot over the years. So it depends what day I wake up.
Yeah, right. So we should just try each day with something different.
Yeah.
Just go through
Yeah.
the list and away
I
we
don't
go.
want
So-
boring.
you don't want boring. I'm getting a feel you want either really old
Yeah.
that you can do a full reno to,
Yeah.
or you want super modern you don't have to touch it for 20 years. You want about 2,000 metres to possibly 4 or 5 acres.
Wait, before we keep going, let's put a pin in this. We'll talk about this later on. Keep going with the cars because we've got too many real estate questions for James because he has been a client of ours in the past and we
Mine.
appreciate him for that.
Yeah,
Our business, mate.
He was there, so
I was the one who I
He
sold it.
It's mine when it's a fantastic result. It's ours when it's an absolute fuck up.
They're the ones he puts on us. No, but it's like just going back like to the America trip. So how long were you over there for racing?
We went there February 5th, February 7th was my first race till November, middle of November.
Wow.
So so basically I did the classic here and flew out 2 days later, and we're in Florida, racing in Florida. So yeah, I think we did 90. Well, we was calendared to do 90 races, and with rainouts, I think we did 80. So
Jesus.
So that's 9 a month. So it's what one?
Yeah.
Like at least 2 a week. Sort of
yeah.
thing.
So we probably, you would probably average 3 a week.
Yeah, right, that's
until the
massive.
end of the season. Then there's a couple weeks off, which to me is a pain in the ass because
just
I
get
just
it
want
done.
to get there and get
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
But yeah, so the busy period there, we can go 5 nights in a row of racing, and
it's hectic.
like we'll have the bus there and all the trucks and everything there, and as soon as it packs up, as soon as like the flag drops, Zoe's pulling the slides in, getting everything ready. The bus is started.
Yep.
I'll jump in, have a shower, and we'll drive 3 hours down the road to a Walmart and sleep in the car park because you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And then, get up at 6 or 7 or 8 in the morning and drive to the next track and set up and have an afternoon sleep and
It's unbelievable.
back down there at 4 o'clock and away we go. So
And what's Mav like with routines, or is it just
he
a
doesn't
bit
have
of-
one, man.
Nah,
It's just
he's
his speedway life. So right now it's actually really good because he's going to bed at 9 o'clock and you've got some
9.
Yeah, you've got some life outside.
Yeah,
outside. But when he's at the track, he'll be up till 11:30.
Poor bugger, yeah.
But then he'll go to sleep while we're driving down the road and miss 5 states.
Yeah.
He's got this little tent
So
that he lives in. It's great.
is Grumpy Dave Grump, or what's Grumpy called for Mav?
Oh,
Pop, Grandpa.
I call him Rick
Rick.
because it's Maverick. So Rick's his alter ego when he's a dick. Rick the
Yeah,
dick.
no, what is Mav called? Grumpy.
Huh?
What is Mav calling?
His grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your dad. What's he called?
Sorry,
He
I
ca-
did not. I
Oh.
did not communicate that.
Yeah,
you did
that
not.
was it.
Hey, and speaking of the Stingray draft from Tendril Wines, really pack a punch.
It actually is.
Yeah, actually,
It's actually really nice.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
It is a good beer,
We
though.
only brought 6, and some on the Great Northern CUB haven't come to the party yet. So
We've got a red
sponsor
wine
us
over there.
Maybe
Yeah.
Jack Rewalt could bloody hook us
Hey,
up. Mate.
I tell you
There's
what.
Carlton Draft in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic!
it's not
We'll have to
bad,
sneak over there, sure.
Went and saw Andrew at Tendril Wines this afternoon and spent another schooling. Anyway, he was talking to me about the possibility of doing a few wine audits. So we've been to a couple of properties lately, and you're a red wine man, I've just learnt. So a few old properties that we
Yeah.
go to, and that might be a deceased estate, or it might be an old estate where they've got the old wine cellars, and you walk down there and you see like a big wall of wine, and they'll actually come out and tell you what you've got. Because I walk in there, and it's the same as when I walk into Tendril Wine Store, I walk in there and go, no idea.
I like the red one.
Yeah. But by now, he actually knows what I'm after. And credit to him, really good salesman. He knows what you're after before you go in there. So another little skill that he's got. So there you go.
Fantastic. No, we'll get him out and get him sorted.
Yep.
Yeah,
done.
we just got to find him a few more sellers to get into, I guess.
Yeah. Dom likes them. So.
Yes. Right. Do you want to keep going with the next question for J-Mac?
Oh, which one?
One probably down the bottom.
We
here, that
need to
one.
work on our segues.
What
something.
yeah, I know.
They're
Yeah,
so disjointed. It's shocking.
I think that's a better deal.
What's fun?
Regimented's
Yeah.
cooked. When you get the same questions every time. I'd like to thank my mum and dad, my sponsors.
You'd be sick of that.
Now, your teams over there won't like this question, and we've had this discussion in the past, and I sort of thought, oh, interesting. So you're pretty switched on mechanically, aren't you? Like, and I reckon you've told me in the past that's what you would like to do, sort of transitioning from driving. Is that still the plan, or?
Yeah, I think so. There's a point where
Your
it's
head gets
so-
hit so many times.
Yeah, forget your name. Butterfly. But I really actually do. I really enjoy the driver coaching side of things. I
Yeah,
enjoy
right.
helping people because there's no textbook on this sport.
Yeah.
There's no hey, this is what you need to do to get to America. This is what you need to do to get around the track a little better. So
Yep.
I enjoy that side of things, and I think it'd be a waste of 20 years of my life
Yep.
to just keep it to me and not share it around. So
Is there any like up and comers you can think of that you have taught, like even in America, or have just been trying to work
so
with?
Actually,
or?
I driver coached the rookie, one of the rookie guys that was on the Outlaw Tour this year, and that was a bit of fun. And Dad's got a couple cars here that he has with some young guys on it. And
Yeah.
anyone that's sort of, even if it's just an engine, because I was an engine builder before I did all this. So
Yeah.
engine questions or car setup stuff, I'm pretty open with all of that because it's just it helps me be better
Yep.
on the track because there's not someone struggling with an engine or struggling to, turn the corner properly. So
Yeah.
I think it's something like that would be fun, I guess. I
And
don't
ahead
really know.
of the curve a little bit too, something different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about technology? Like I know we've sold a couple of homes lately. We sold one for one of the enemies, Jake Smith, and like Johnny McKean, and the simulator and the full setup in one of the rooms. Like you walk in, you're like, oh, geez, what's this? And is that something that's happening now that wasn't happening 10, 15, 20 years ago? And do you think it helps?
So I'm an old school racer, so I'm all ass feel. Everything
Yep.
that I feel's it's through my ass.
Talking about keep that out of the gutter, boys.
Yeah.
That's
No,
really
we're an all-inclusive podcast. Just so you know.
It's a skinny ass. It'd take me a bit longer to feel those feelings.
So I can't use one. I can't even get around the track.
Yeah, really?
So someone told me, you need to get it. It's badass. This is, during the whole COVID thing and World Series sprint cars did they got all the drivers that actually do World Series and you raced in a series. I couldn't even get out of the pits.
So they should all bugger them
So
off.
to me, it was absolutely nothing like it. But then you actually talk to some of these young kids and they're like, that's how I drive now, which I think is going to help them because they don't have a feel. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't I'm picky because I'm like, this is what I feel, this is what I want, this is how I've got to have it. Where they're just like,
So depending on their track surface,
Yeah.
they'll just they overcome that instantly. 'Cause they don't have to.
So I don't know if it's a tool or not because I can't get out
Just
of the
don't know.
pits.
Yeah.
But you think of it kind of like a golf simulator. Like we play a lot of golf,
Yep.
and then you go and play on a simulator, and you can go, I flush that, and then it only goes right, or it goes left, or it goes
hate
not
them.
where you think,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's more of a game than actually
Yeah.
doing it.
And
Further
there's
from
no
that.
fear in it. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. There's no fear because you can just reset it.
Yep.
So I think that distills in young kids these days. It distills a lot of
Yeah.
bold.
Yeah, do you reckon it'd give them a bit of false bravado? Like, because once they
Yeah.
do, say, hit the wall for the first time or start flipping or whatever, they haven't had
it
that.
hurts.
Yeah.
So what I'm reading from this conversation is that he's got supreme talent, natural talent. You know?
Here we
and he doesn't
go.
need to practice. He's like the John Daly.
Turning the
of golf.
conversation back to
Hey,
you
hey.
again.
Mate, what are you talking about me for? Yes, I'm talented, but I'm not talking about me.
Well, I was going to lead on to another question, which is, and I'm looking in your direction, Luke, is
You're gazing into my eyes.
how old is the maximum age before you can start driving? Because I think Luke's, thinking
Tully.
of.
I've
he's
asked.
Watch out, Jody. He's very Tully.
I don't know. I first drove a sprint car. I'm probably not allowed to say at 15.
Yeah.
That was illegal.
Yeah.
Like you got to be 16 to drive a sprint car. But I drove.
You had the
go-kart.
L plates on, though.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
had a yellow page. This is how old I am. I had the yellow pages and a pillow underneath. No shit. Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah. So I started go karts at 7.
Yeah.
Kids now are starting at 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
old.
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
there's a point where you get burnt out too. Like I'm
Yep.
I'm 33 and been racing since I was 7.
Yeah.
I'm not good at maths.
I'll take over from you.
26 years.
And you get to the point like I was burnt out last year. I was done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm over race cars. I'm over.
I saw that in you last
Yeah.
year, and I was a bit worried and sort of thought, oh, fuck, like what a wasted sort of talent.
Yeah.
And you were going down that. But you've obviously found something.
Yeah, to me it was. This was a good deal for me. It was my schedule, however many races I wanted
Yep.
to do. No travel when I'm home.
Yeah,
So
cool.
it was something new for me to do because I've always just come home and gone to Perth, gone to Brisbane,
Yep.
gone to Sydney, sat in hotel rooms. Like it was just a lot after doing 90 races in America.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
It's probably a bit like Mark Leishman sort of coming home. Shout out too if you want to jump on the podcast, Mark.
Yes, you're more than welcome.
Speaking of
That's our
intros.
He's our gateway to Greg Norman.
Yeah.
We'll meet
Not
you over-
much pressure.
We'll meet you at Adelaide at Live.
Yeah, but same thing. Like it's a bloody lot to do, and then to come home and see your family, and then be teased by that, and then you're
Yeah.
not here anyway. Well, what's the point?
It is my job, but it
Yeah.
becomes a job.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
the same with their job. How you got to wake up on your Monday.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
this is what racing was like for me last year. I'd be
Yeah.
sitting in my nice garden that I used to have,
Wasn't
sitting there
much of a
thinking
garden.
how-
It was more of a townhouse, wasn't it?
there was one pot plant, but I'd be trimming it. Thinking, I don't really want to go to the track today.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather sit here and have a beer on my deck and
Chill,
cook
yeah.
a brisket and like life's good. But
Yeah.
it was sort of that was how it got. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is refreshing for me.
Good. That's awesome.
Like,
Always,
what are we
yeah.
going to do? Like the
Stingray.
Stingray's finest draft.
Oh, how good's
Are
that?
you going to head into Tendril?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Get him
Get
on
in
the
there.
car.
See Mr. Philpott.
Yep. Get him on.
And geez,
not
I'm
much
just
wind
looking
there.
at. Is that
Not
some
much.
of Tomo's handiwork as well?
Tomo. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. It is it?
Yeah, he come and stuck him on there, yeah.
What a man.
He is under the pump at the minute, Tomo.
Yeah.
He's losing more and more hair every time I see him.
Yeah,
So
I'll
shout out,
put him
Tomo
under
does
the-
a great job. Love his work, and his oldest is starting school next year with my oldest. But he's feeling the pinch. At
I
the minute.
sent him a file today for a new listing up Hawkins Point Road, and
Yeah.
he's telling me, "Oh, can you send the logo in a different format? This one's a bit fuzzy." And I'm like, "No." I've done the best that I can, and you're talking languages I don't know.
We're basic.
Yeah, I said, "Do you want me to bring the laptop to you?" And he goes, "No, I fixed it, mate." It's
Best I
fine."
can do. Just
So-
rock up on his doorstep and go, nah,
Yeah.
too hard.
Fantastic.
Tomo's auto graphics got the new Raptor too.
Yeah.
Yep, he's done all that.
He's looking good. So
Absolutely.
there we
Going
go.
to wrap the Honda as well, are we?
Yeah. Come on. So,
Like a NASCAR, like the sponsors on the front,
Yeah,
being a big number on the side. It looked.
Well, he's going to put salt. Where are you going to put salt? Oh, that was the other the Sigma. You're going to put
Oh,
salt.
that's going to
you
be the sold vehicle.
have you seen the Honda out here?
No.
We could probably take it around the go-kart track.
a couple more, and you guys are sitting back.
The
Sigma around the go-kart track would
What
be good.
noise does a go-kart make?
The same noise you sprinkle.
Jesus. This could be one of the greatest podcasts we've ever produced, boys.
You look like you needed some, I guess, medication after that previous effort. Got some sort of
Bane out the
seizure.
top of the head.
All or nothing, boys. No, that's how you get a listing. All or nothing. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, righto, fair
Wasn't it? Righto. Let's play a game. I don't give many people, and I was nearly going to give you the heads up of the letter, and I thought, no, that's unfair on
No, that's
everybody else.
But let's be honest, Jared kind of ruined it like at the last podcast because he was too good.
Yeah.
So,
Jared's he's in God tier.
yeah.
I think he's just an outlier, and
Yeah.
everyone else is competing.
But James doesn't even follow Bricks and Banner, so he wouldn't know anything about the games that we watch, and he's probably
right.
never watched an
that's all
episode.
right.
So that's fine. I'm sure
I'll
he'll.
follow it after this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I apologise for that. That's awkward sitting in.
We've got a,
Don't worry, I checked.
we've got
I
a
checked.
we've got a huge reach.
So-
We can't even get Warrnambool locals listening to it. So.
we follow you, but you don't follow us. So that's
Yeah,
it.
and that's
So,
fair enough.
That's all right. But hey, that's
We
fine.
enjoy what he does.
Jim Penman follows us.
That's
anyway, you know the rules. Is there a certain letter? So we're going to play the game, the 5 streets, starting with a certain letter. Did you
Yeah.
think I was going to forget about this?
I was hoping because I literally have no idea where to go. I just know to turn left. I only take streets to go left.
Now, well, I was thinking of 2 that may jig, but we'll help you.
Okay.
We'll give you some rhyming names or some areas of interest.
Can we just stay like in town?
Which one? I was going to go or huh.
Yeah, I reckon hers the go.
But he hasn't watched any of them, so he's not going to.
fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hers the go.
Which one? Huh. Yeah.
H. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You've already been given a head start, but I reckon he's going to need one.
5 streets in the southwest, starting with H. Go for it.
We're on one.
Oh, Hopkins Point.
Yeah, nice.
Well,
yeah.
and you could say that again without the
Without
second
the,
part.
Without the point.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's 2. All right.
Is
I got
it
this.
Whiter?
Yes.
Yes.
Bang.
There's another one near there, runs the same way.
Henna?
Yes.
Yes.
4.
He's not far off here.
Now I'm stuffed.
I've got a few.
Rhymes with Bailey. It's not far from our office.
Yeah, and
It's a drive.
Munro used to go to school with her, blonde hair.
Yeah.
It's a female name.
Yeah.
Rhymes
Haley.
Yes,
Yeah.
bang. What's about
31.2.
31.2. Put him in
second
second.
place. Yeah.
It's about how long it took me to get around Premier.
You going around that quick?
Yeah, I could run that fast.
No.
You've done it.
31.2.
Hey,
That's
and I'll tell you what, that'll put you right up there on the leaderboard.
Absolutely.
H was probably the best one you could have done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
what we did.
yeah,
We
I
gave
told
a bit
him.
of a soft serve.
I told him
Yeah.
3 days
Look
ago
after
that
our
it was
guests.
going to be H. So, well,
Did I live near any of them? That's
Yeah,
probably
Hyder was in there.
Hyder's
like,
right there,
runs-
yeah.
Hyder and Hannah.
with
You live right in the
yeah.
middle.
That's probably why I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the
Hyder's-
corner of Hannah and Hyder.
No, he's in the
Nah.
corner of Kerr and Wright.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I should know that. 'cause
I used to
lived in
run.
Murray,
I used
yeah.
to run up that way, so I probably saw it. Yeah.
Did you leave when your old life, not your
No.
your in between life, your old real estate life?
No.
I found a fair few of Dom's cards in people's doors that I was about to go and appraise, and I used to have. I've got a few photos actually, and I was going there to list their property, and I get to the front door and Dom's cards in there, and I just rip it out and put it in my pocket and took a photo of it and went in and away
It
we
actually
go.
worked,
So
out, mate. And
he was on the right track.
yeah, absolutely.
He was just on the wrong team.
And that's the thing. We've got him on the right team now. And on the last podcast, we sprayed him in the second part, just for a little bit. But then in the back half of that part 2, we really patted him on the back, and he didn't even listen to it. So
Have you listened to the second half of our
I
podcast?
haven't. No, I'm just worried about getting me $1 million listings, and that's it. So.
Yeah.
Nose to the grindstone.
just maybe the pats on the back that we gave you, that'll push you over the line to get a few
I
more.
don't need any pats in the back. I'll give myself enough. So thanks to the
So
effort,
way to
boys.
be.
but yeah.
This bloke has been
I'm taking
riding the
piss.
highs
I'm
and
taking
lows.
Taking a
more than-
P155.
Yeah.
So.
You've been riding some highs and lows lately, though. Like, you've been up and down. And I walk into the office sometimes and I think he's going to punch me in the face. And I'm like,
No, what happens
is it a
is-
good day or a bad day?
No, I always have a good
That's
day.
usually a good day.
But Luke
Yeah.
starts giving me a hanging bit of crap. And, you have to challenge back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not fun.
Yeah. I appreciate it,
Yeah.
too. Like,
So I'll just tell him I'm going to throw him to that wall if he keeps going. And he
I
loves
reckon
it.
you
and he
could
keeps
too.
going.
And you do
I'm
keep
not
going.
I'm only being half serious. Like,
We've got a
And
pretty
it's good too, because I got you on my side. So.
yeah, that's right.
We've got a lovely little camaraderie in there.
Well, you have to be able to give.
Love hate.
Oh, yeah.
No,
to
it's
get-
all
you have to-
love. But if someone's hanging shit, it's not fun if you're not getting challenged back. Like,
But-
simple as
and
And
that.
you can't just take it.
It's
No,
not fun
definitely.
hanging shit if people don't
That's
give
right.
something back. What's the point?
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's all
Unless you're
it's
a
all
narcissist.
banter, like the name of the podcast. That's
That's
what
right.
we do. So,
Yeah.
but right,
what
so we've done
about
that.
the banter on the and the road trips? Like, you and Zoe just tell each other jokes or love stories, or
So I do have a 100 dad joke book.
have you got a favourite?
Nah.
Oh, that'd be
nah.
I'm
It gets to
terrible.
the point I'm like, I'm sick of hearing it.
Yeah, right.
But there's a lot of just staring into space.
Yep.
A lot of just, what am I doing with my life?
What about a bit of I went in Campbell Thompson's Tesla today, and
They rip.
yeah, they're
Massive
and it's
boot.
weird.
Huge
no
boot.
gears,
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
bit like sprint
And you
car.
can't hear anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, no gears in a sprint car, is there? It's just
It's first and second, isn't it?
Neutral and
Go.
drive. That's it.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So not first and second. No.
I'm
You're
wrong. I'll take
You're a
it.
fan.
Yeah,
You're
you're
wrong.
I'm
But
happy to
same
accept
thing.
it.
So in the Tesla, it's just this constant, just kept getting put in the back of the seat, and you just keep going. Like you feel like you should feel the gears go,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're odd. But there's plenty of them around today.
Crazy.
We're starting to make it more affordable. I mean, it's still out of my price range, but the base model ones.
Oh, you
Everyone
trade
be
that
getting in there.
Sigma in, that gold Sigma.
The Sigma's one you hang on to.
He's
mate.
got this gold Sigma that's sitting out the back of his dad's work, and it's a prized possession.
1979.
Are they still doing destruction derbies?
No,
Destruction
no,
derby.
no, no.
Destruction
How-
derby. What's
how
a destruction derby?
I-
Demolition, you spud.
I'm pretty sure they did the
Destruction.
world's biggest one in Murray Bridge like last year.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
before, yeah. Something like that. I've never.
We should. That's where we get the Luke Williams car. in.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And
the
can
green,
we armour it? Like,
Yeah.
just with,
just in the side, like make it so you can't get hurt because I reckon you get pretty hurt.
That-
I think you put the Sigma in a demolition derby.
that-
I'm just
that's-
sponsoring it.
That's where you make your debut.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Righto.
Let's do that.
No, we've already debuted. We're at Mick McDonald's. If he ever races, the Luke Williams stickers will be
And
on
I
there.
shout out to Mick. He's been floating around here today.
And young Kobe
he's racing-
O'Shaughnessy as well.
Gonna say
Yeah,
young
yeah.
Kobe. So
And Mick's said he's racing on the 28th, I think. Is that a...
No,
Matt
that
Gambia
was
maybe?
him on the
No,
28th.
I think Mick is as well.
I thought he was
Chat to him.
He's got to get
6,
it together
7, and
first. He
9.
hasn't done a lot in the shed. I can give you that.
Well, he's been
Yeah.
travelling interstate on the trucks. You know
Yeah.
what it's like.
Took my money and just spent it. I'd say that's fine. Yeah. I haven't given him
All right.
any money yet.
Now, we'll take a quick break, but we're going to jump into, maybe we'll throw to street talk in the podcast.
Have you done street talk yet?
No, street talk's up and coming. And
Tomorrow.
It's a very exciting one. We're kicking Luke out. Me and Dom are jumping back in. So we've got sick of your mediocrity, mate.
Head out to the merch tents at Premier.
That'd be good one.
That's
Who's your
actually
favourite
driver.
driver?
Get in the pits. That'd be bloody good.
Yeah, no. Well, I reckon we've got a few wins now. We've got J-Mac
Might
out
be
here.
able
So.
to do something.
That'd be actually pretty cool.
But yeah, we'll have something. So we'll throw to street talk now and we'll be back for part 2 straight after this. Righto, everyone. Here we are, back for street talk. The viewers have got behind us and said, look, get Eli back behind the mic. Luke's been hopeless, Dom's been hopeless. So here we are back down to Main Street. We're going to see who we can find. Right, legendary footballer of the Southwest here, Dylan Herbertson. So, mate, do you like Christmas pudding?
Oh, can't say I do.
Yes, correct answer. That's right. No one likes that. Lauren, do you like Christmas pudding?
No, I don't.
Yes, correct answer. Well done. I'm not a fan either. Right, I've got Taylor here from Pit Stop, guys. So, quick question. Christmas pudding, plum pudding, do you like it or not?
Yeah, it's all right.
You do? Interesting. I'm not a fan. What do you reckon your favourite Christmas present was over the years?
My favourite is probably when I was a kid, I got a swing set. I was very lucky.
Yes, love it. We got I've got a young 2-year-old daughter, so she's not quite there yet, though. So,
No, she'll
Thea, if you're watching this, you're not getting a swing set for Christmas. And what's your favourite Christmas present you ever got, you reckon?
Oh, probably a bike when I was like 12.
Yeah, love it. What about your favourite Christmas gift as a kid?
Guinness Book of Records book.
Really? Interesting one. Like, was that a recurring gift?
It was for about 10 years, I reckon.
Wow, there you go. And what about, would you buy a house over the Christmas period?
No.
You wouldn't. Too busy?
Just, yeah, probably. And the price is too dear, mate.
Fair enough. What about how's the body holding up, ready for footy next year?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. It's a long way away, so I need to do a bit of work on it, but
That's
we'll
all
get
right,
there.
No, we've got a couple of days, a bit more piss to drink and food to eat first.
Exactly right, especially us older blokes when I need to be training this
Yeah,
time.
exactly, mate. North of 30. Don't see you until Jan.
Exactly
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
No worries, boys.
And would you buy a house over the Christmas period?
Probably not. I feel like I'm so busy.
Yeah.
That's another thing to do.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah,
Good.
my brain's hectic right now. No time for that.
Would you buy a house over the Christmas period?
No.
You wouldn't. Too busy?
Just, yeah, probably. And the price is too dear, mate.
Fair enough. If you're looking to buy a house, would you buy a house over the Christmas period?
Nah.
Oh, right, fair enough. I like it. No, thanks, Taylor. Get down here to Pit Stop for all your menswear needs.
Is that you in the background, my long nose?
That is me just there. So I didn't. That was deliberate to put that in the back. So. What about how's the body holding up, ready for footy next year?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. It's a long way away, so I need to do a bit of work on it, but
That's
we'll
all
get
right,
there.
No, we've got a couple of days, a bit more piss to drink and food to eat first.
Exactly right, especially us older blokes when I need to be training this time.
Yeah, exactly, mate. North of 30. Don't see you until Jan. Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
No worries, boys.
I'm
hope
going
not.
to be happy. I'll be happy to get to 50 and then...
Yeah, and then you get to 30, you're like, oh shit, that's not far away.
Yeah. No,
Anything over that's a bonus.
I am tired and I need a rest. And that's really morbid, but...
All right, welcome back for part 2. After about 5 minutes of preamble. But, all right, so we're going to jump straight to the Mouldy of the Week, boys. Now, another failure last week, and I have to put my hand up. Mine was horrible. I think yours was horrible as well. And I don't know about you, Luke. I think yours is horrible too.
We haven't had a great strike rate.
No. We're on the board at least. We've had one win. But
Yeah. Well, actually, we all went for the really, really, really short, like $1.04 sort of things, didn't we?
yeah,
And-
I think Dom had the cricket. That was the only one that got up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so for the We've Got You Foundation, shout out to those guys again. So
Yep. And shout out to Matt. I've ignored a couple of his messages, and we're meant to be promoting We've Got You is a foundation that started up a bit of a charity, and it's about infancy loss and sort of preterm sort of loss during pregnancy, and we've just had a big gala out at Deakin Uni just across the river actually, and it was fantastic. And so they're starting up a bit of a bereavement room at the hospital, so if you have a bit of early loss, they sort of, at least there's a bit of comfort there, because a lot of people go through it and a lot of people sort of just go home and everyone's a bit
talked about
lost.
enough.
Yep.
spot on, mate.
100%.
And that's what we've been trying to talk about on this. Like, we don't go too deep into it, but for people who do have that, it should be more normalised. So that's why we do this Mouldy every week, where any money that we make goes straight to those guys, so they can
Which is fuck all.
which is been bugger all so far.
Step it up, eh?
Yeah, we've had one good
absolutely.
win. We had one good win.
One win, and that's it. But,
yeah.
all right,
so-
do you want to start with your pick?
So I'm going to go cricket. So I was going to ask you earlier whether you've got a preference in what sport you'd like me to go after, whether you've taken a liking to any American sports, and I actually checked up on. Sports Bet whether you could bet on him, but I couldn't
can you?
find him.
Nah. Oh,
Too short.
Yeah,
Too short.
$1.01 to win his
Yeah.
next race
Yeah.
after a second in this new bad boy. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I've gone the Melbourne Stars. I think they're playing Friday. They're outsiders against the Scorchers, and they're paying $2.13.
Love it. That's good because I've got a $2 as well, so we might make it a bit
Don't
juicy.
tell me.
No. I'm changing up from my
The Ravens.
No, it's not the Ravens.
Chiefs by the line.
No, I've given up on them because they lost me that one last week. But still, my team love the Chiefs. But
Yep.
I'm going to go to the basketball
Yes.
tomorrow, which is what day is it? It's Thursday.
Are they playing
22nd.
soccer in Australia still, or
Who?
the?
The basketballers.
No. No. How was the soccer last week? Where everyone
I've
through
never
the
watched it. No.
no, where they rioted.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Melbourne
Threw
City,
the
Melbourne
bin
victory.
full of sand at that bloke.
Yeah,
and
smashed him in the
smacked
mush.
him.
No,
Yeah,
I
a couple
think
of
he
stitches.
did. He looked like must have had a divot in his face.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
he's doing him a favour.
Like on the golf course.
Yeah.
Bit like when that sail fell over last week.
Yeah, I know.
Nah,
He
don't
just
charge
do
him.
not talk about that.
So I'm going to take So who am I taking? The Bucks to beat the Cavs tomorrow. So they're underdogs at $2.10. Both going really well in the Eastern Conference, but Giannis and Drew Holiday are back. So
They're back.
Let's go.
Good. So we're both. Have you seen any NBA since you've been over there? Or no time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to a Clippers Lakers
Oh,
cool.
That would have been
game.
good.
Yeah.
LeBron
Yeah, I was that cooked. I don't remember it.
up in the bleachers, or were you like courtside because
Pretty
you're?
close. Yeah, pretty close to the bottom there.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. So
Had a couple of beers.
yeah.
Yeah. It was actually margaritas beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That'll
nice.
do it.
That'll, when the sea breeze hits you, you no good.
Yeah, right. He's
Dom.
lived a life, the man.
What do you got for us?
Just to be a little bit different, English sport, and I'm going to go for a bit of an
Jousting.
outside. I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the odds are, but West Ham they'll have to be outsiders against Arsenal, and I think that's on the 27th, so on Tuesday. So
You're right.
Yeah, I like
Hopefully they
it.
get
Well,
up.
we might have had three. Well, we went for favourites last week and they all failed, so
It's
we may
gonna
as well
be
go for outsiders this
Paying
week.
$1 million.
And that's good. That's what we want. A bit
Yeah.
more money for the We've Got You Foundation. So
So, when do you reckon we're going to hit 100 sales? Do you reckon we can coincide with when he's
I reckon we can.
passing through Las Vegas? So we've got a deal. Oh, I've got a deal with the boys. Once we hit 100 sales for like a rolling year, I'm going to take him to Vegas. I don't know. Why did we go for
Have you
Vegas?
been to Vegas?
Yeah.
I have not.
Banter knew. Where should we go? Where should I take him?
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
Vegas is cool. If it's a bunch of mates, go to Fremont Street.
We're not mates.
Have a
wouldn't
They're
mind
just-
going to
they're
bloody
slaves.
Miami down there for a bit of a squeeze.
Haven't been there. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going
Yeah, that'd be
there.
all right.
Where?
Miami.
No.
Tell us. Tell us where.
I really like Chicago.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We go to the Windy City and see the Bulls.
There's a bit going on between the Bloods and the Crips up there, though, and we get ourselves in a bit
Just
of strife.
don't go down there. That's all I can tell you.
Surely it's not that hard to not go down.
Imagine us three bloody rocking in, and then we're just, like just fish out of water.
Yeah.
And
I tell you,
next minute we're coming home in a casket.
oh, mate, but America and like Canada, like I did the East Coast and through Canada, and then went the whole way down from San Francisco down to LA, and the homelessness.
Is that the
just-
East Coast? Is it
it's
or the West
insane.
Coast?
that'd be the West Coast.
That'd be the West
I
Coast,
would
yeah.
have thought.
I'm pretty good with my yeah.
Yeah, homeless people.
Yep, I'm
It's
pretty good with
insane.
homeless.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
sad,
just
yeah.
blows your mind, and it makes you feel really awkward.
Yeah, it's a lot different in Australia in the fact that you if you turn down a wrong street there, you could be in a beautiful area and literally take the next street and
Yep.
you're in the middle of like shit,
get
we
out,
need to
yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Bit like Training Day.
Yeah,
Denzel
it's
Washington,
insane. There's-
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but it sounds good.
Oh yeah,
No, it is. It's gonna be old school.
King Kong ain't got shit. Oh me. Yeah. Hey, you watch it. One of the best movies.
I will,
you'll see.
yeah.
You're
Yeah, I'm
welcome.
gonna have to.
How was me? I didn't go
Yeah.
full.
That wasn't too bad. It's better than your first effort anyway.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
But yeah, just sort of makes you feel really good about coming home.
Absolutely.
And we see a little bit of unfortunate sort of circumstance around here, but over there it is just in your face everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that a lot of the homeless people migrate from east to west
because of
and
the weather.
the weather's better overnight, and it just sort of blows your mind that that's how people live. So there you go.
Yeah, I've never been. Me and Mel were going to go over
I'll
there.
move
for
to
a
Australia and
honeymoon,
we'll sell your home.
That's sale right there.
He's
What is that?
Ruthless. You go well in business if you resolve problems.
Yeah. Only if you got $1 million plus, because he's million dollar
right.
dom.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Did you have a look much into the American real estate over there at all? Like what houses are worth? Or
Yeah, a little bit. It's a lot like here. It's just blown up crazy.
Yeah.
But it had gone silly like prior to that, hadn't it?
Yeah, it was cheap. Like you could, Indianapolis area where I was sort of based at, you could buy a house for 80, 90 grand.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
it was tits. Like you'd live in it tomorrow. But, I spent a lot of time in Lake Norman, which is Mooresville, Charlotte area.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yep.
And it would have been $200,000 or $300,000 at least cheaper when I first started going over there 5-6 years ago than what it is now.
Yeah,
to get a
right.
house on the water, you're paying 2, 3, 4 million for a house on the water there.
Yeah, it's
now.
price,
So it's pretty crazy.
So they bounce back.
Yeah, I honestly, it's
Your man Trump.
Oh yeah,
got him back.
Absolutely. I agree. I like him. He needs to get off Twitter, but everything else is good.
No, he's not on Twitter.
Oh, he's back on, isn't he?
that's
still banned.
Truth Social, isn't it? That he's on.
Well, Elon let him
website.
back on. Elon let him back on, didn't he?
I thought he did. Yeah.
Nah.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Did he
Oh,
start
no,
his
yeah.
own?
Yeah, that's
Truth.
what it is.
Yeah,
It's
Truth.
called Truth Social. That's his own website. And he goes on there and just goes in these massive rants.
Donald's
and stuff.
funny. He's an interesting fellow. He's
What if Donald
Yeah.
met Jim? How would that go?
No, that'd be horrible. It'd be two people just wanting to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said.
And Do you reckon we get Donald into Dylan's just
Cut that deal.
it did
we
get
can't
a bit
slag our guests off.
awkward.
Well, I just accidentally did.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So cut that out. That's what I said.
lift, please.
Yeah. That's all right. No, well, if you've got that much to talk about, we'll talk about it.
If we're gonna slag off our guests, do it to their face like Corbo.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, and we got in trouble for that.
You can't be saying that.
Missed
either.
out on a listing because we bagged him
Don't
off.
say that.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to slag J Mac out though. He's been too good to us.
What
You
can you
do it next episode
Yeah.
like you're doing now.
we're not brave enough to do it to your face, mate. We'll just do it behind your back like we do to everyone else. Yeah.
what could you possibly say bad about him? I would like to say something.
Provided a couple of stubbies as well,
Yeah.
which I'm appreciative of.
Didn't win on the weekend. That's probably
I know.
first go in the car. Like you disappointed me. I
Yeah,
watched it. I
actually
watched
was,
it on
'cause
the.
I thought we might have a shot there.
Yep.
But
I reckon there's.
You ain't first, you last.
I reckon there's a space. I seriously reckon there's a space for us to do a bit of a street talk out in the pits,
Yeah.
and a bit of cross promotion with
Bit of
the
live
street
action.
cars. No, I reckon there is. Like, I reckon there needs to be more cross promotion because the amount of
You
money,
know whose feet
but
we'll
the-
be stepping on
yeah,
there, won't you?
But
Hey?
the amount of money that is brought to Warrnambool by what you guys do is phenomenal. It's probably
is.
it's the biggest event. The May race is fantastic, but this draws more people to Warrnambool
Yep.
than the May races do.
Absolutely,
So,
and over the course of the year too.
That's right.
Not just all the way to Easter. From now to Easter.
Yep.
Honestly, that's the reason I moved to Warrnambool. Like I'm Alice Springs. I'm
Yeah.
from Alice Springs.
yeah,
So the reason I moved to Warrnambool is the central location for racing.
Yeah.
It was the place to live to be a race car driver.
Yep.
so I reckon
Which is crazy.
Good move.
Yeah.
Good move.
I reckon
thanks.
Did good. Yeah.
I reckon the
Good.
grand annual we need to get out there and have a presence and seriously cross promote it. It needs to happen. Needs support.
Turn up then. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, you lined up at 9 o'clock with
Hey.
your deck chair out the front. and away we go.
Eli will be eating all the donuts.
I think they do roast beef and goby rolls.
Oh,
too
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah, I'll get some of them anyway. Don't worry about
I'll
that.
be up in the Eiffel Tower, looking down upon everyone.
Right, eh? I'll hobnob over here.
And don't they love it, buddy Tanya and Alistair?
Yeah, absolutely. So they're a great supporter of me
Yep.
personally in America as well.
Yeah, cool.
Been fantastic for my career over the years, and
Yep.
I don't think you can meet two more people that are more involved and love the sport as they do. So
The passion
great
they've
to-
got for it and the
Absolutely.
amount of money that they
The
tip
passion
into
they've
it.
got for conveyancing
They,
as well.
they love it.
I love-
They're
yeah,
their
it's
two
good.
loves.
Don't
and
muck
they
around.
put everything into it. And it's
They get
great
the
to
job
see.
done. Seriously,
Yep, and good at
Both
both.
ends.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Going to do it properly.
That's right, absolutely.
That's a good motto.
What? Do
Gonna
it.
do
You
it,
do it properly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you like it, it's good.
That's right.
And if you like it, it's good. Yes.
Even
That's
better.
a dangerous one, though.
I like a lot of things that probably aren't.
yeah.
Definitely not good at.
we need to probably start wrapping it up on Eli. Eli's looking to jump in last week with Jim. Eli was jumping in.
Yeah, it was real
jumping
weird
in,
with Jim.
And Luke just kept going. It was unbelievable.
Because like we'd had him for like a bit over an hour, and I was looking at Joel, like going, "How long is he going to sit here for?" And so I'm kind of looking at Joel, and I'm like, "All right, I'll try and wrap it up." And then Luke kept going. It was lucky we did because we got some good
Yeah.
gear. But anyway, that was last podcast.
One question I had for you, mate. Over the last few years, have you felt, a little bit famous? Like, do you get people, because, do you get people sort of look at you differently? Like, you would still be anonymous to plenty of people,
Yeah.
but you would get certain people that would recognise you and just go, oh, my God, give me
Yeah, so it's actually, it is a little humbling at times. I just signed on to be on the PlayStation game, so I'm on.
Oh, really?
I'm on a PlayStation game.
That's
and,
cool, as.
You have model cars
Yep.
built around your car, and
That's gutsy.
I've got a merchandise trailer. All it sells is stuff with my name on it, which like I hate my name on anything, but
Oh, you're wearing a hat
It's-
with it
I know.
on. So
That's the thing. That's
but
good
I was
promotional
doing this
stuff.
because we just got hats in. So,
he's wearing a
yeah.
hat with my name
Luke
on
would
it
be
and a
desperate
shirt.
to get on a PlayStation game. Imagine that.
It's going to be boring games.
It just stands there
Sim City.
and goes. "Nee, nee, nee,
On-
nee."
Today I'm dealing with a difficult buyer. What would you do in this scenario?
But it's probably also like, Max Dempsey, Brooke Tatnall, these kind of guys at the heights of their power probably didn't realise the effect they were having on people.
Yeah.
And that's probably exactly where you're at right now. It's amazing to walk around and these, arenas and watch how many people have got your gear on and how many people you affect outside those walls.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that it might not be for another 10 years to understand what an effect you have and that, little toy cars that people have got and how they hold onto their T-shirts that you've signed. And that's the thing I think of these people that sign things and, it's there's 3 seconds for you, but that has made their day, made their year.
I got a wing, front wing that was like busted up off Ian Lewis back in the day.
The fly.
Yeah, and I was like wrapped.
Yeah.
Seriously, and
Yeah.
then I took it home and I tried like straighten it up in the vice and stuff. I was like 10. I was probably making it worse, but
Yeah.
I was wrapped because he like signed it and everything
Yeah.
like that. So they were happy just to piss it
and
off.
he used to have like on his signature at the fly, didn't he?
Yeah. So
He's a
no,
badass.
but it does like it's like
He was
like
always at the rear of the field.
No, he was good.
No, he's good. Like he was older, like when I got it, but
Yeah.
it was like you said that like 2-second interaction for him. Like
Yep.
I'm talking about 25 years
Yeah.
later.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And that's the massive thing. And,
And there'd be a lot of kids nowadays doing the same thing, probably
Yeah,
following
so-
you,
yeah.
going,
So
"Oh,
it's
love
actually-
J Max."
It's actually crazy. So I don't keep any trophies really.
Yeah.
So I'll give all my trophies away except for the classic
Yeah,
district
yeah.
title, the ones that mean a lot to me personally. And it's not that winning a race doesn't mean a lot, but I'll give my first, second, third place trophy to a kid that walks past.
Your
And I'm
contract
getting
for,
kids now
contract for
that are-
87
that are
rights.
13 or 14 or 15, like, hey man, you remember I've still got that trophy, and I'm like,
Really?
you were,
That's so
you were
good.
7. Like, now I'm old, but
Yeah.
like
You're not
it's-
old.
Yeah,
You're
just
32.
Older.
Right.
But that would touch a kid big time.
Ah.
Yeah.
And in the right way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're talking about
Yeah.
touching kids to the squad.
Talk about
I
fucking
heard it.
butter.
We're trying to launch a bloody training school here.
Yeah.
Edit that out, can you?
Yeah. But
He's got his working with children's cars, so it's all right.
Yeah, you can just stop talking. Like, real quick. I was trying
I'm
to get
trying
off
to dig me
that.
way out of it. I'm just making it worse.
We'll dig our way out.
Who's the oldest bloke
Dig
going
up.
around at the moment?
Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because there's some that love it. Like,
Yeah,
how old's,
there's
how,
guys-
how old's Mac? Mac's still.
He doesn't race a lot. I think
Nah,
the
he-
coolest thing about this sport is you've got me, who's a professional sprint car driver that races around the world, and then you got, say
Left-hand turns at a time.
Robbie Payton, a plumber
Yeah.
from down the road who we lined up together because we timed the same
Yep.
in the next
Yep.
heat race.
Yeah,
So
cool.
it's such a cool sport for that. That's so accessible for anybody that anybody wants to do it.
Yep.
And the fans, it's so accessible. But yeah, you can do this till you. Steve Kinzer did it till he was 60.
Yeah.
Luke, you've
I'm
got a
not.
chance. You've got a chance,
Oh,
mate.
no, I'm just timing my run. Bit like pre-season at the Tigers.
Don't pull a hammy.
Yeah, don't go early. Don't go early.
Well, you just don't want to race against him.
No,
Wait
I'm
till
just,
J-Mac's
I'm just
done.
talking him out of it. But
You
we
might be able to
had,
step in. You might be able to step in when he starts the school.
well, if he ever asks me, I'm full of knowledge, so I could help his career.
Thanks.
There's every
Yeah.
chance, you know. Yeah. Turn left good. I've got good left eye, bad right. So anyway, we had young Will. What? Yeah. You don't need your right eye. Right.
So that's
Yeah.
the most important. item.
Robin's racing Harry. Go higher, plus couple of nice wheels. Special
good is that
match. Best movie ever.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Harry
don't-
Hoggett.
So that building's still up in Mooresville, North Carolina. The Harry Hogg's shop. It's
Really?
right next to the grocery
Mellow
store.
yellow.
Yeah.
Just
Seriously, it's still there.
it's warming me up from the inside out.
What is your best racing film?
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
That was gutsy, yeah.
Or Cars.
How's the stripper?
That car's pretty
like the
good.
cop when he gets pulled over.
Yeah.
Oh, I reckon I got my first boner. Over that scene.
This
seriously.
could go to the top of the Rough Diamond
No, but seriously, I
episode.
was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, Jesus.
Does that happen?
Dad, I need a piss.
Does this happen? Is this what really happens?
We're going to put the little E next to this podcast.
Give it 10
for sure.
years, son.
Yeah. But we had Will Carroll was in just before. This is his car over here that's you're putting back together after his little tumble. But is he one of those blokes that you have a little bit of influence over? You know, do you help him out? Is he younger?
Yeah, so-
he's been overseas too.
Yeah, he raced, I think it was ARCA in California or Florida or something. So he got a lot of experience, but
Yeah.
not so much in a sprint car. So
Yep.
yeah, he's driving for my old man's car.
Yep.
So I try to help those guys
Yeah,
as
cool.
much as I can.
Grumpy Dave.
Yeah, I'm fortunate for them. But yeah, I think, little bits and pieces, like it's like any job that you do for a long time, whether it's what you do or, little things can help people in a big way. Like, hey, maybe your steering wheel's not in the right spot, or
Yeah.
your brake pedal needs to move, or you need to feel this, and then something clicks in your head, and away you go. You do your job better. So
And
that's
that's-
what I try to do.
Probably the beauty of you being in that position, having the runs on the board, is that the legitimacy of it, and people would listen. And that's probably something that a position that you need to get to for people to listen, because if you're the bloke that's just started running around the back, you might know the most, but they're not going to ask you
Yeah.
the questions, are they? So
Yeah, absolutely. I've probably raced 1,000 races in my career,
Yeah.
so it gets to the point you've seen it and done it
Yeah.
and felt it, and
yeah, by the bum, you
Yeah,
feel it through the
all
bum,
through the bum.
all through the bum. But we just said something through the break too, in terms of don't ask, don't get. And you said that was one of your weak sort of points. Is it true? Don't ask, don't get. Is it something that, well, I'm not putting more work on you by telling other people to come and ask you questions, but is that something that you look back and go, I should have probably just asked that question of someone that would have answered it?
yeah, in all things, that's sponsorship, whether it's
Should
sponsorship
have asked
or
me. Yep, I would have. I probably still would have said no.
in anything.
Yeah.
I think
Jamie Veal,
there's no
he's
bad-
after sponsorship. I said no. I'm waiting for the big boy. So, flat wing people. It's like the flat Earth people.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I think
Is that
I don't know, it's personal preference
yeah?
whether you like a flat or curvy.
You dirty dog. You're worse than us.
He's just trying to lead us down the garden path.
I prefer the curve.
Yeah, we all do.
I always have.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, and it's proven that there's more sort of friction. There's more
As
downforce.
Jim would say, there's more to look at, more
Yep.
to stimulate.
No, well, I'm talking about sprint cars.
No, we're all talking about sprint cars. What do you mean?
I wasn't.
Yeah. No. We're talking about the flats versus a bit of wing, So, yep. Good one, Dom.
So I thought we were on last week's podcast. So it's my fault. Yeah. Anyway.
What else?
Are we not talking about the lips?
Jesus, we're done, aren't we?
This podcast is coming out before the other podcast, so it'll make more sense in a month.
Yeah.
That's all.
of
Yeah,
it
none of
makes
that'll make any sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
No, anytime.
I think this could be just about at the top. You might not be the quickest at naming those streets, but you've been a fantastic guest.
Yeah, the
and-
quickest to get to our hearts.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks.
he is. He's in
there
there
you go.
deeply, but he's also looking for sponsorships. yeah,
Or a house.
Yeah, or
No,
a
I think
house.
we're probably better off finding him in
Yeah.
a house, I reckon. But
Yeah.
we do appreciate it, J Mac, having us out here at your shed.
All good.
Beautiful spot.
Best of luck for the season
Get
too.
around him. Yeah, we got to. So, how many races do you reckon we got coming up in the next few weeks?
Do you reckon we can get we should make like a massive banner and get in the background at Simpson or somewhere, like a really
Yeah.
funny
Let's get
banner.
Dylan.
I'm going to race the 360 race at Simpson.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get
I know.
Dylan.
Yes,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going to that.
360s.
Get
Yeah.
Dill involved and have a
Simpson
J
is
and a
Not
Mac
in this car,
on
but
us.
I'm racing it, yeah.
Oh,
Paint
my
it
car.
on.
Oh,
One.
that's
Yeah,
not,
everyone's
how
got a
about,
car
how about,
hanging around.
no,
That's what I'm
hang on,
saying.
that's not a bad idea. We'll get like in the crowd at the cricket, like we can have a J on Dill and then an MAC,
Yeah.
like all in our guts. and we can stand in the
Sunscreen.
crowd.
Yeah, 100%. That's
And
what I'm
just get
thinking.
you as you're going past.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll give
didn't
you a-
you sell a house for Aiden? Aiden, the photographer. Aiden,
Freeman.
Kirkstall, his mum.
Yes.
Aiden.
Yeah.
Aidan Freeman. Yeah.
Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that was Lavrock Road, the one that we didn't sell.
Way different.
Yeah.
Way different. No.
Aiden Freeman. Yeah.
Nah.
So is he the photographer?
Yeah, he is
Is
down
he?
Simpson.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we need to tee someone up to get us in the background as you come past, and it might be immortalised in the Hall of Fame. I would have thought.
Do we put the letters? On, do we put the
Or
letters?
in our
Do we
office.
put the letters on our snags?
Do we need?
No one will see that, mate.
Do we need
There's
a
no
hype?
Zoom big
Would
enough.
that be visible?
No, Dom, and you are just trying to ruin and hijack this entire. This is a professional podcast going out to millions of people, and you've just ruined it. So, for the 15th time today. So, right, thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate it, J
No,
Mac.
anytime.
Thanks, boys.
And
And,
on a real low.
no, but get around him in the upcoming season. So, cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.